Hello, my name is Mercedes Stravsky. I am a cake artist from Orlando, Florida, and today I'm going to show you the importance of dowels. Okay, truly, a lot of the cake decorators, they have to learn how to use the dowels and the structure of the cake. Sometimes it really breaks my heart when I see or they call me and they say, oh, they were delivering the cake and the cake just flew all over the car. And they are twisted and it's not level, and this is so easy to correct. So I really want everybody to learn how to do it. Okay, I have been using Poly-Dowels for a long time. These are the new ones, and they are very interesting because they are square. They're light, but they are very strong too, so you won't have any problem just to use them. They're wonderful. All right, now these ones, now that we have these other ones, you can use these ones for the bigger cakes, the heavier ones. Let's see, 20-inch cake, 18 inches, 16 inches. These ones are lighter, you can use for smaller cakes, all right? Okay, a lot of people that make cakes, probably they don't know that the dowels are the ones that level your cakes. So there's a lot of mistakes they're doing. I wanted to show you that later. And another thing is that a cake, when there's a lot of tiers of the cake, it's like a building. You have to tie those so you don't have any problem. Because the dowels is to hold the weight of the cake, but you have to tie them. So if you are delivering the cake and there is a stop or something, you don't want the cake to fly all over, okay? So I'm going to show you how to do all that, right? So now Poly-Dowels have these ones for a long time, right? And I love them, they're amazing. And now they come with this one that they are as strong as the white ones, but they're a little thin, they don't use so much plastic, and they're very easy to cut, and they work perfect. Now, what are one of the mistakes that a lot of people they do? They take the dowels, especially wood dowels, and they just put dowels all over the cake. That is really wrong, because you don't need a lot of those dowels. What it's doing is they weakness the cake. Okay, so I'm going to explain you with these cake boards how dowels work, okay? This one is a 14-inch cake. Lot of people, they have a 14-inch cake. They don't mark which is the next cake up. That will be, let's see, at 10 inches. They should always have a cake board of 10 inches, put it on top of the cake, and mark that cake, the surface of your fondant or your buttercream. Why? Because you don't want to put the dowels out of where the other cake is coming, all right? Now, you see, I have the round ones, these white ones over here, and the only thing we need for these 14 inches, 16 inches, and 18 inches, even at 20 inches, is only 5 dowels. You don't need anything else. If you are using the Poly-Dowels, only 5. So you always put one in the center, and then you just go like here and there, just like I show you over here, okay? So the same thing, if we are going to work with a 10-inch, right, we are going to take a cake board and we are going to mark. This is going to be the next cake. So we just mark it over here on your fondant, on your buttercream, and then you can use these ones, the square ones, because this is a smaller cake, you don't need. But listen to this, you are going to use 5 too. If it's a 9 inches, you will use 5. If it's an 8 inches, 7 inches, and 6 inches, you use 5 of these dowels, all right? All right, so one of the biggest mistakes that a lot of people they do is that they put the dowel on the cake and they cut it. Another one and they cut it. Another one and they cut it. That is a big mistake, because your cake a lot of times is not totally level. So what happens is that when you cut that dowel, like where the cake is, maybe your cake is a little down and in your eyes you don't see that. So when you're going to put the next layer on top, it's going to be a little bit crooked and a little bit crooked, and then you go far away and you say, uh-oh, why is this all crooked? It's because you are cutting those dowels inside the cake, and I see that a lot, okay? So I have this cake over here, a small cake. This is a straw that I always put on the cake so the air come out, you know, and then we don't have a bubble. So I'm going to take that off, put in the garbage. Now, this is going to be a 5 inches cake on top. So I have all these little boards, you know, all sizes. And when I do is I go and I put it over here, you know, just like that in the center. This is a 5-inch board, and this cake is a 7-inch cake. So I'm going to put very straight over here, and I'm going to mark over here, okay? That's what I was telling you before. We mark this, and this inside is where the dowels are going to come. So now I'm going to put this dowel, this is a wood dowel, all the way down, okay? So I'm going to use a pencil, and I'm going to mark this dowel over here. See this? I have a little mark over here. The reason why I'm doing this is because that way I'm going to cut all the dowels exactly the same size, and then the cake, it will be totally level, all right? So I'm going to mark this one, and then I'm going to continue, see over here, I'm going to continue marking. You can do it with a pencil, you can do it, see, this, it doesn't fit, so I have that little extra. So I'm going to continue, and I'm going to cut these 5 dowels, okay? Over here, you have to be very careful that they are totally straight. Here we are, and here we are. Okay, and the same thing, you can do it with the white, exactly the same thing, all right? So, here we are, perfect. So now we have all the dowels already marked. So now I'm going to cut this, and probably you're going to ask me, where do you find this? Well, you find it in Home Depot, Office Depot, and there's a lot of places. And you can call Margaret, Poly-Dowel, and you can ask her too. Okay. So here I have the marks over here, and the same thing you do it for the white ones. Oh, you have to see this. All right. And let me just go here. And then we are going to finish the last one. Okay, so we have 5 here. Let's see. 3, 4, 5. See, they're all level. They are all level. Okay. And now what we are going to do is that we are going to put it on the cake. All right. So we are going to start in the center, and we're going to push all the way down. See, this is a little bit higher, but it doesn't matter. And then we're going to do this next one over here. Okay, and then I'm going to put this one all the way over here, and this one over here, and this other one over here. So see, you only need 5 dowels. All right, that's perfect, just like that. Now, if you're going to use the white ones, you are going to do exactly the same. You are going to mark with your, you know, the wood dowel, mark it here, mark it there, and you're going to do exactly the same thing, okay? Now I'm going to put royal icing on top of each dowel. Why royal icing? Because the cake under is a cardboard, right? I usually do 2 cardboards, you know, and I wrap it in heavy duty aluminum foil. So the humidity of the cake doesn't go in through the cardboards. And then the cardboards will get soggy and then there is a disaster. So I will show you some of the aluminum foil. Okay, so now that we have the dowels ready, I'm going to use royal icing that I have in this bag. And I'm going to put just around, see, royal icing. You don't have to put a lot, just, you know, around the cake, around the dowels, I mean. And then we are going, I have this cake that just finishing doing it. And then what we're going to do, we are going to just put it on top of this one, okay? Just like that. All right. So now that the cake is on top of the other cake, what I usually do, I take my smoother and I came with the fondant down, 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 just like that, okay? Just like that. All right, just like that. Okay, so this is done in this moment. But there is a big, humongous but. What happens if I just leave this cake and I put the flowers here or decorate whatever I wanted? This cake, this one is supporting this one, but nothing is, you know, it can go that way. If you stop, it can fall or whatever. So now we are going to tie the cake, and this is extremely important, all right? Okay, so I'm going to use one of these wood dowels, and I see over here it's like, you know, really pointed. So I'm going to go from here, it's going to go all the way to this cardboard. Because this is a double cardboard, then the cake inside, the one that is covered with the aluminum foil, it's 2 cardboards too, right? So what I do, I just stand up and I go over here, right? Okay, so I'm just going to go, I'm going to hammer this all the way. So it's passing the cake board, you know, that has over here in this part, and then I'm going to keep going until I feel like it went all the way down. So now I take my things and I cut it over here. Okay, now if you are going to have just this flat, totally flat, what I usually do, I melted a little bit of the fondant and I just covered the little hole. Otherwise, usually it's flowers decoration, so it doesn't matter. What happens now? This is safe. It doesn't move any place. Now, if there is another cake on top of this, we are going to do exactly the same. We are going to go with the hammer, and this one will tie with this other one. So it's like a building, you know, like the columns of a building. And then you will never have a problem delivering your cake because it's strong and it's not going any place, okay? Okay, so this is what I was talking about. I always cover the cake boards with heavy duty aluminum foil. So I have, like, you know, all sizes. And this is very good to do it because when there is cakes, especially, there's a lot of, in different countries, that they love the cakes with a lot of humidity. What happens is that they only put 1 cardboard and they don't put anything. What happens is that the cake has the humidity and the cardboard absorbs the entire humidity, becomes soggy, and then it's a disaster, okay? So I have been using this for years and years, and thanks God, so far we have never had an issue with any of these situations, okay? So I always keep, you know, doing it, having it, and that really works for you. So see how easy it is with the dowels? I mean, I love these dowels, truly, truly. These are so light, but so strong. And you can use these dowels, you know, for other things too, you know, when you are doing a structure of a gingerbread house. There's so many things that you can use these dowels to, all right? Sometimes, you know, I put like some wires over here and I cover it, you know, when I'm doing a tree, and I put the wires inside, and it really works. So anyway, I hope you learn all this. I don't want to hear any more of anybody calling me and say, why is that my cake is twisted? Why is that my cake this happens? Why is that? No, 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 no. I want you all understand that this is very, very important in the cake, all right? So I hope you like it, and if you have any questions, don't hesitate to call me. I will help you. And, you know, get the Poly-Dowels, are amazing and they are wonderful, all right? Lots of love, bye, lots of blessings.